Hey everyone, welcome back to TBM Sports. Let's talk college basketball as we get into the weekend, and we have a lot of games Friday. Nothing really marquee to talk about. That's not always a bad thing. So, yeah, we made it. Weekend's here, and we'll get into the best bets. I have 3 plays in college hoops, and then, of course, we will have the football breakdowns very shortly, probably Friday afternoon and evening. So make sure you have that notification bell firmly turned on and ready to roll, okay? So, pretty good night last night in the NFL. Let's talk college hoops right now. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so now. Hit that like button, and a new feature on YouTube. Let's hype it up. There should be a hype button somewhere on your screen. You're allowed to do that every so often, and it's completely free to do so. Just helps with getting the word out about my channel. So, if you can find that hype button, I do appreciate it when possible, okay? So, let's get into Outlier. Let's break down these games, and the afternoon is loaded with a couple games, right? We have Green Bay and Yale, Utah State, Tulane, South Carolina, Butler. Kind of fun time of the year, right? And typically I do stay away from a lot of these spots because we're in the Bahamas, right? We're having a good ass time. We got a lot of invitationals, which is great for the kids, the student athletes to travel, get out of class, you know, all that good stuff, make that money. But when we talk about sports betting, it's a little bit too much variance that you have to take into account, right? I know that you have your fun, you're out there getting the suntan or whatever, but still there are some ways as a former college athlete to get into some trouble during these kinds of events, and you will see a lot of disciplinary stuff. You will see a lot of, and quite frankly, it doesn't really matter, honestly. If you were out burning the midnight oil a little bit past curfew, I don't think that really does play a role in some form or fashion. I actually think he played better the next day, but I digress. That's a whole nother conversation for a different day. But let's look at some of these games, right? South Carolina and Butler. That one intrigued me a little bit, potentially taking the Butler Bulldogs here. Short favorites as we do look at this contest. And I am going to pull up some of the arenas because, guys, a lot of these are kind of just in weird spots of the world, okay? Just for example, South Carolina and Butler, Greenbrier Colonial Hall. So if I had to put money down, that would be the one in the Bahamas. And just kind of that being said, I would obviously, I think more times than not, like I said, it's kind of like betting the NIT. You just want to stay away from this one, but this game will be played in, I believe, West Virginia. Okay, so I think this is going to be, the Greenbrier. That makes a lot of sense. Great golf course and resort. So don't know if they'll be out there on the beach getting a suntan in West Virginia this time of year, but hell of a golf course in the months that it was not flooded. Okay, but that's kind of where I stack up. I like Butler a little bit here, -2.5. Just kind of my 2 cents on that game. There's nothing really that is going to lead me to make a bet. I do have a couple bets in smaller scale games, right? Wisconsin and BYU. That one's going to be probably the best game of the day in sheer just viewership. Northwestern Virginia. I think Northwestern in my power rankings a little bit underrated as they are entering the season. But this is a game that they are at the Delta Center. So as we do look at the Delta Center, this is something in Salt Lake. BYU will be hosting the Wisconsin Badgers, 3-1 on the year, and BYU was a hell of a basketball team to watch last year. The 5.5 points here in this spot, it's kind of interesting to look at that amount of points there for Scotty. I know they have to replace a lot on that side of the ball, but I think that when you talk about kind of BYU, 86-84, almost beating UConn last time out, basically dating back a week. This is kind of where I stack up, okay? This is a BYU team that I think is legit, okay? If that's their only loss, and quite frankly, BYU might get through over 30% of their season, and still that might be their only loss of the year. Just something food for thought, right? Wins over Villanova and early on, and I think that when you talk about kind of what they're about, I think they're going to be legit this year. I do kind of lend towards just being too many points there for Wisconsin. Scotty ends up 4-0 entering this contest, but BYU's legit, so we'll see kind of how this one trickles out. No official play, but I do like Wisconsin in the points. If you had to force me to bet it, I personally think that they are a little bit better, a little bit higher up on the power rankings than BYU. It's just kind of a fishy spot here, 5.5. I think Wisconsin plays their style of basketball. Just too many points there for Wisconsin in value. You can almost find a 6 in some places. I would kind of entertain that, okay? Northwestern Virginia, I thought this was a little bit too much points, 145.5. Not going to play it, but that's just kind of my initial read on the game. I do like the under a little bit. And Iona and Akron, this will be my first official play. I think this is just way too many points, okay? And I do have a play on the 11.5. We are seeing some line movement from 10.5 up to 11.5. You can shop around, okay? And this one, for all things considered, it's going to be a high-tempo game. Both of these teams like to play with some pace. When you talk about the number here, 80 to 84 is kind of where I have this game projected at. So that's kind of a lot of value. If you do like the under, you get 164 projection based on the number that Vegas set at 171.5. I personally am taking 11.5. If we can find 12.5s in the market for Iona, that's where I'll be all about that. I not that I'm against Akron, okay? They're a little bit better of a team on paper, though, than Iona, but I think that this is something where it's just too many points. It's a game that I think will be played in the single digits. So give me the Gales plus 11.5 as an official play, and you get some good value on that at minus 106 because that number is kind of going to be ticking up very shortly. Okay. Also, if you do like the points, contrarian play, as you see the handle, a lot more concentrated on the side of the over. Like I said, tempo. But my numbers have this game 80 to 84. So in doing that, I would kind of have 5 points of wiggle room in variance to play a undershot here. And that's kind of how I see this game breaking down. So give me Iona plus the 11.5, and I do have a lean towards the under 171.5. Kind of correlates a little bit as well, okay? Moving down the board, the next play that we're going to get into, this is something where I think it's a bad number, bad spot, and I want to kind of give them some credence. Louisville looks damn good, by the way. Possibly going to take me some Louisville futures money there. Might have a little bit of a ticket for them to make the Final Four. I'm currently in value mode here. I kind of want to see them drop a game, you know, before I get involved with that. But Louisville has definitely been one of the teams catching my eye early on in the season, okay? But the play that we're going to have next is going to be Oakland, okay? 2.5 against Eastern Michigan. Clear mismatch, bad number. As you do look at Eastern Michigan and kind of not to hate on the MAC, as you guys know, I don't do this, but this is kind of like I don't want to say a rivalry game, but it's kind of a backyard game in some form or fashion, okay? It's from, I think, both of these schools to get through one another. It's about maybe a half hour. So that being said, I just personally like this game in favor of Oakland. I think that it's a bad number. I don't understand it. Maybe there's some injuries that I'm missing. If you guys know anything, please feel free to help me out on that one. But I know Oakland kind of has that brand appeal, you know, some deep tournament runs for, I guess you would say, their outlook preseason to the postseason. They've had some Cinderella dances as of recent, but I think that when we talk about Oakland going on the road, playing Eastern Michigan, I think they're going to be motivated to kind of just defend their locality, I guess, if that's a thing. It's kind of similar to Toledo Bowling Green when they play just right down I-75. It just kind of means more for this point in the season. So I think it's going to be a great environment. Oakland's 1-4 on the year. Eastern 2-2. I know that you can point to some of the things here, like Purdue 87 to 77 there for Oakland, playing them tough. You know, Eastern Michigan, for all things considered, played a decent game against Pitt. Detroit was able to beat them 72-62. But I just think this is a bad number. And for all things considered, Oakland minus 2.5 at minus 110. It's going to be one of my plays. I just think it's a bad number. And unless I'm missing something, I think Oakland rolls here in this spot. So give me the Grizzlies here, the Golden Grizzlies, mind you. Last game of the evening that we will get on. If you did want to kind of just shoot for the moon here, Duke to go 6-0. Had some success last night. Played Houston laying 40.5. 39.5 is a big number. But when we do talk about the Boozer twins and just, you know, I think that when we talk about Shire, Duke, it's a different kind of Duke Blue Devils team this year, but looking for them to make a lot of noise. They're young, but hey, we've seen this before. I think Duke might get this one by 40 as well. We've seen these big favorites come in as of recent as well. Okay, and you can make the same conversation for Florida. Don't really love that one as much, but the Duke 40, I do like that one quite a bit. Okay, in the last game of the evening that I am going to have an official play in. Okay, this is going to be a little bit on the West Coast. We're going to have to stay up late for this one. Okay, well, kind of. It'll be Friday night. We'll be all right. But I do like the, if I can get to it, and I do apologize. Purdue, Texas Tech might be the marquee game of the day. Okay, Purdue, don't necessarily agree with them being number one in the country. I do not have them number one in my power rankings, but that's where the reporters, the sports journalists, that's where they all kind of gravitate towards. Okay, last game that I did find some value in. Okay, that's we're going to be taking Southern University and San Jose State. I'm taking San Jose State minus 4.5. Personally, that's just where I'm at. I think that by the numbers, this is a game that San Jose State is clearly the better team. I think that potentially they actually could even be double-digit winners here in this spot. I just don't. I think 4.5 is too low. And at minus 115, I will still take this. The one thing that I'll tell you guys about this contest, okay, is the fact that the Southern University Jaguars, okay, on the road at Washington, 99-93. There's going to be some points on the side of Southern, okay, and I'm sorry, on San Jose State. They're going to give up some points defensively, but they're also able to score a little bit as well. San Jose State losing 79-60 to Michigan State a couple games ago does kind of jump off at the page at me, okay? Michigan State's pretty darn good, and if they are shooting the three ball well, that's pretty impressive in my opinion to put up 60 on Tom Izzo and company. So for me, guys, this is just something where I think that there's a little bit more value, and I do think that San Jose State is a 5-point better team than Southern University. So I'm gonna lay it with the Spartans minus 4.5. Okay, so those are my best bets. A couple of games I do like as well for tonight, this evening. Let's recap those real quickly. If you have not hit the like button or subscribe, do it now. Okay, completely free picks, guys. We do have a free Discord available as well. And if you want to start looking at Outlier, using that into your betting repertoire, that link will be down below for a 7-day free trial. But the best bets, we're going Iona plus 11.5. If you do like them, maybe wait a little bit. We might get a 12 in the market, 12.5. Also, San Jose State minus 4.5. And then I am going to lay it with Oakland minus 2.5. So those will be my three best bets. 2 favorites, 1 dog. Let's get it. Friday Night Lights also. We'll kind of talk about some of the college football games. No official play, but I will have a video discussing my leans. And then, of course, the Saturday breakdowns of the college basketball and football will be very exciting. A lot of playoff implications. Can't wait. Appreciate you guys. Good luck out there. Let's cash some tickets. Have a great start to your weekend. Cheers.